Up y'all, this is Stev, and we're gonna get right into it. So, here we go. First of all, nobody knows how much they say or until you record yourself, so my apologies for that. It's ridiculous. So right now, I am just getting everything laid out here, electrical wise. So we have a 220 hydraulic pump that runs this 2-post. So what I'm doing right now is I'm crimping some eyelets onto the end of this 10-2 Nomex. And I think right there I just cut my finger. Yeah, you can see if you look close, all of a sudden I have masking tape on my finger. Whoops, be careful with your razor, people. So anyways, like I was saying, got 2 hots and a ground. Again, I'm not a professional, so take how I'm installing this with a grain of salt, but it worked, so yeah. Just getting it all ready, even did some heat shrink on it and whatnot, so I can bolt it right into the switch. You can kind of see it dangling over there on the power unit, which is the upper section of the blue cylinder. So the upper section is a 220 motor that drives the hydraulic pump. The bottom of that is the hydraulic reservoir. And then right now I'm actually connecting the plug side of it because I actually have a 220 plug already in my garage. I forget what style it was, but took a picture of it, went to the hardware store, Menards, and got me a plug and wired it up, and you can see me there crimping and stuff and heat shrinking it. That's what that flame was about. It's fun getting all those wires in the box there, and you'll see later I actually, or not myself, but somebody else has to pull all those wires out and put other wires in, because originally I was going to install this thing right against the side of my barn, but we decided to install it in the center, so ended up running flexible or braided wire for the first half to a junction box, and then the Nomex from that junction box down to the plug. So we actually had to redo this stuff here, which is fun. I always love redoing stuff. I'm sure all you guys do too. Yeah, I thought, hey, look, it's all neat. Cover's on, good to go. And then here we're filling the hydraulic reservoir. So didn't have exactly the right funnel, so taped some hose onto the end of a funnel, and we got it filled and then cleaned up. Then here's my boys coming over to help me. These things are freaking heavy, so even with 3 of us, it was a lot of fun to make. Yeah, and measure 10 times, cut once. Fortunately, we weren't cutting anything in this, but you can see the power unit goes on the left side, camera right, but if you're looking from the front of the garage, that would be the left side. If you're ever installing one of these and you have a friend that has one in their garage, definitely utilize them, because it's pretty simple, but it sure helps if somebody you know knows how these things go together. So you can see that dude right there. He's my guy. he knows what's going on and he's helping me out. So we got the muscle, and then we got the brains there. So that channel there that we're installing right now, that actually runs the crossover cables along with the hydraulic lines. There's a hydraulic cylinder in each of these posts. And then the crossover lines keep everything even as far as I think the lockout teeth are concerned. And then you also have the release lines that go up and around, so you don't have anything on the floor. You don't have to roll over anything. It's pretty nice. Some would say legendary, or just legend. So again, it's just great to have friends that can come over and help you out with all this stuff, because without them, this would have been a very, very difficult project. It's not an easy one with friends, but it would be dang near impossible without them. So right here, we're rewiring everything. I'm just putting new eyelets on this flexible cable that I got. It's actually a, I think, generator cable. And here you go, look, going up and down. I was elated at that point. So now, passing up wire up through the rafters, you can see that ladder is really not tall enough. That was pretty sketchy. Did not like climbing that thing, and probably should have gotten a taller ladder, but hey, it is what it is, and we make do. Again, you can see me kind of stretching it out to where the junction box is going to be, and then from that junction box, which is right above where I am right now, I actually splice it into Nomex, which goes the rest of the way and plugs into the wall. And that has a dedicated 40 amp circuit breaker, 220, which is what the lift requires, so kind of perfect. It was already there when I got the place, so pretty cool. Double checking, making sure it goes up and down. As you can see, I can't take it all the way up because there is a 2x4 there. So I'm actually gonna take care of that later. And right now we are getting the release cables wired up. It's just a, I want to say 3/16 cable. All it is it pulls those teeth, or the release for the teeth, when you're coming back down. And we wanted to wire it up so that we could pull both sides from one side. So that's what we have. It's a bit of a temporary solution. I'll probably adjust that in the future, although this is a few weeks after and I have not yet. It works, so. Alright, so now I'm prepping the holes and starting to drill them. You absolutely need a hammer drill for this. So fortunately, I had a friend that lent me one. If not, either rent one or buy one, because you aren't getting this done without a hammer drill, let me tell you. Also, before you do all this, you're going to want to measure the depth of your concrete. Each lift is going to have its own requirements, but I think usually the recommended depth is 4 inches of reinforced or rebarred concrete. And anybody can correct me on that, but at least that's what this needed, which I had That and some to spare. One thing I will point out is the concrete does get a little soft after you get through the first little bit. That is not because you're going into dirt. That is because you are hitting the, I guess, less dense section of the concrete, if that makes any sense. So here I'm just chopping off the excess of the bolts, so I already have everything tightened down. It's really not necessary, but just something I wanted to do. And then I ended up hitting it with some pink paint after that. The reason we have a little bit of audio now and we didn't before is because I like playing my tunes while I'm working. You can see I have my earbuds in right now, but a lot of times I have them playing over the big speakers you can kind of see in the background. So right now what I'm doing is I'm cutting some, I guess you'd call them shims. What I'm doing is I'm tapping in there because that bolt there did not tighten down as much as I liked it to. So it wasn't ideal, but better than nothing. So I guess we're kind of stepping back a little bit because we've already sawed these off. So my timeline isn't exactly linear, it's just close to linear. So let's just pretend that we have a time machine or something. So you can see here I'm laying the legs out, putting them in, and unfortunately, I'm sure you guys might notice, so this is an offset lift, and I'm putting the long side on the wrong side. So the long side should be on the near side to the camera, and I put the short side, and yeah, that's no fun taking them back out and installing them because these things are heavy. I think this is where I realized it. It's like, oh no. So after that, I rectified that situation. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to take out that 2x4. And before I do that, I'm going to brace it up. So I'm going to put, I think I put a 2x4 on the one side and a 2x6 on the other side. Just because I like it to be asymmetrical, as everybody does. Popping some nails in there. Yay, there it goes. Moving that stuff out of the way. There's the 2x6. Pop those nails in there. Bam. Got some speaker wire I had to remove there. And definitely reconnected that, but in a super ghetto way. But hey, it still works. So he saws all the time. And as always, we have our safety officer down there, making sure I'm super safe. You can see I got my iPro on, so good to go. And there we go with the Sawzall. 2x4 is out. Let's take her up. And that was max lift height, I think. I think we're trying to get it on the locks. I might have to adjust those. Yep, and there it goes back down. This is a quick walk around. So, very happy with it. It's gonna be awesome having this thing in there. And yeah, more videos to come. I'm sure there will be a lot spaced around this one. See y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye.